Okay, so in this video I'm going to show you how to do the lanterns and their reflections. Okay, their reflections are done with the same displacement method, but yeah, let's start on the lanterns. So we have our lanterns opened here, and I'm going to speed up this process. So I'm just going to cut with pen tool these out, just like I showed you in the first video. So go around like this, and then just make this same thing for each lantern. Okay, so now we have our first one, and now I will speed up the rest. Okay, so see you in a couple seconds. Okay, so now I have selected a couple of these. So now we're just going to make a selection, and then Ctrl C, Ctrl V, and now we have our lanterns here. Oh yeah, that rhymed. But yeah, now we're going to select these like this and move to the tutorial. Okay, now we have some of these lanterns here. Oops. And yeah, now we just try to get them like here. So we have these big ones, of course, need to go to the front, and then these smaller ones to the back. And you need to like duplicate a lot of these, but don't put them like in, if you have this lantern, don't put one like this here, because that's just like, that doesn't look right. So try to, if you put this lantern here, then you can put this lantern, for example, here, but not to the right. Yeah, I'm sure you understand. But yeah, now I'm going to speed up a bit. I try to like mimic these places that I have here. So I'm sure you can understand. Just select from this layer like this, and then Ctrl C, Ctrl V, and now you have one layer, and now you can move this one layer like this. So always cut out from this. You can name this to lanterns, and then you just, with the pen tool, the lasso tool, you can select it like this, and then Ctrl C, Ctrl V, and now you have another lantern. Okay, so that's how you copy paste them to an own layer. Okay, so now I will speed up a bit. Okay, so now I have almost all of the lanterns here. As you could see, it was pretty big project to copy paste all of these, so that would have been too long for the video, but I'm sure you can handle it. You can also like come up with your own setups for the lanterns. I remember I used like at least 3 hours to nail all of the lanterns here and their reflections, etc. But now we have our lanterns here, and one thing that I want to do is to move the gate a bit up, still a bit up from, okay, we need to move the reflection too. Okay, so let's move that up a bit and then make it a little bit smaller. Yeah, okay, that's perfect. And now for the next part we have to do the reflections, and the reflections are done like the same way as these, so you have to like copy paste every one of these lanterns and then turn the upside down. For example, this layer 11, we have to like, let's take a bigger one, the closer one. Okay, this layer 6, we have to like duplicate this layer like this, and then Control T, and then flip vertically, and then here, and do some changes with the warp tool to match the boat, I mean the lantern, like this. The same for here, and then you have to do the displacement map, and it has to be done separately for every layer, so that's a lot of work, and that can be pretty exhausting, but yeah, that's what you need to do if you want to do the reflections perfectly. And then you just go to filter, distort, displace, and now that this is so small, now you can put this big numbers, so you can like put 10, like 15 and 15 and 15. Let's try that out. Okay, so that's enough. Then just take the opacity down, and now you have your lantern reflection. And now I will speed up this part, and yeah, we'll be back after all of these have been done. Okay. And yeah, one thing more, remember to keep these separately, the reflections and then the lanterns itself. So make an own group for all of these, so select by holding shift and then click this folder icon here and name this lanterns, like this. Now they are all here, and then make a group for this. Lanterns are for reflection, and then put that in there. Okay, so now you have the lanterns, and now you just go one by one through every single lantern. Okay. Okay, so now we have all of our lantern reflections ready, and as you could see, maybe I changed the displacement values. They differ from 15 to 5. The further you go, use 5, and the closer you are, use 15. And now we have all of the reflections here, and they are now, you can like switch them off like this, and here the same, you can switch these off like this. So now they are like organized and ready to like use. And now we're going to use the same technique as we used in the previous video. So we're going to select all of these lanterns, and let's make that opacity to 100. But yeah, we choose all of these lantern reflections and we duplicate them, and we put these to our folder, and then we name it lanterns off, and put it under all of these layers, and then switch it off. Then you made a smart object from these, and now you have these in a one layer, and you still, if you want to modify them, you can come here, turn this on, and then make some adjustments. So now you have a backup of the lanterns here. But now we have a smart object here, and we take the smart object off, and now we can take the fill off a bit, because reflections are always like, they aren't that strong. So let's make the reflections like this, and now they look amazing, as you can see. So now we have all of our basic elements here without the lights. So the next thing we're going to do is cut those lights out and add them here also. So let's cut these out fast. So I'm going to cut out this one, and this one. Okay, so I'll speed this up. So with the pen tool we can just go around again and choose them. You don't have to choose this line, we can use brush for the string. Okay. Okay, so now we have selected these, and now I'm going to make a selection and then just Ctrl C, Ctrl V or Ctrl J, and then I move these here. Okay, so now we have our lights here, and I will make these lights to a separate folder, so I bring them up over the lantern layer, and then I make a folder and name it lights, and then I put this here, and okay, now we have our light folder, and then we just make an own layer for each lantern like this. Okay, and then we can delete this, because now we have lantern this light separately. And let's look which is the okay, so they are like, this is in the right. Okay, they are in the right order already. So now what we are going to do, we're going to make this a little bit skinnier. So like this, we distort it, and that's great. Then we make each of these lights pretty small, So these are just little details that I like to add to my images, because they give a certain feeling, in my opinion. And that's now the lights are here, and they are the same size. And now I just put them to their place. So here, here, and the third one here. Okay. So now we have our lights. Then we can make the whole lights a little bit smaller. And then we just make a new layer. Then we take brush, make the brush small, take the hardness to 100, and then we go close. And then here we take black and brush once here, and then once here, like this. Okay, let's take the flow to 100% and the opacity to 100% also. And then we press shift and then click here, and now you have a straight line here. Same to this one. Press here, then shift, hold shift and click here. And then the third one, press here and hold the shift here. Okay, so now we have our lights, now we have our lanterns, reflections, everything else but the lighting and the coloring. So the next video will be about the lighting, and then we do the colors at the last video. Okay, so let's see you in the next video.